Bodie is putting down his tools, which means it's time to answer your questions. So give Bodie a call at 1-800-336-2225.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to In the Garage. Today we're talking about chrome and the do's and don'ts and the places to go. And I forgot to talk about, back in the day, my dad also used a place called Faith, which is actually still around and in L.A., but we've used them a couple times, and I think the problem is they've outlawed all the chemicals here, especially in California. So if you want the good chrome done still, you got to go out to Arizona or out of state, and unless we do use another place called Christensen's, and he is about the only one in LA that has all the old chemicals, and he can triple plate and he can do the real good chroming, but man, do you pay.
Yeah, and that's another thing you got to watch out for is the people advertising like the triple plating, and people are getting crazy with how many platings, but if you don't ask and make sure, they're not actually going to plate that many times.
Exactly.
So you got to ask a lot of questions when you're dealing with a new chromer.
And you'll have a product that's rusting out or chipping or flaking within 6 months.
Yeah.
You will be very, very upset, especially if you spend a lot of money. So
yeah, it's very easy to, if they skip any of the steps or anything like that, it'll start flaking off real quick.
Yeah. They got to do the right process. They got to make sure that they use the right materials and they clean it up good. And like I said, it's what were you saying to me? What were those fancy words you were saying that I had to say that I said, no, I'm not going to say them?
I was just looking this morning on it, and I found an interesting fact that electroplating was the nation's first categorically regulated industry.
That is, let's give Mitchell a round of applause. That's a big word.
Big word. I thought that was kind of interesting that it was, and that's why it's so hard to find chrome these days, because it was the first industry to be regulated, and it just keeps getting worse. Yeah,
it's they seem to make it harder and harder for us to have fun. I mean, they take. Couldn't they just get them a suit or something that they had to wear, and quarantine them, and get the proper ventilation like they do? I mean, I would think that would be something that they could do, but I don't know. They're making it really hard to do any kind of business these days, especially with. Well, I ain't gonna say any names because I don't want anybody knocking at my door. You know what I mean? But you really do gotta. We polish most of our exhaust systems. We, and every once in a while they will put a clear coat on them. It just depends on what your budget is. But if you don't want to continue polishing, a lot of people probably know that if you're trying to keep aluminum or stainless steel shiny for forever, it's a lot of work. You got to constantly. Oh, Mitchell, you just fell. God dang it.
I didn't like that camera anyway.
That happen. Yeah, I gotta. Let me see. Where are you? But anyways, the camera's been the joke of the day. So, but the heck was I saying? You don't remember either.
No, that was very distracting.
That was very distracting. Anyways, you just got to. You gotta be careful of the different chromes you do and stuff you do. So we apologize for this. We just whatever. Oh, regulating. Yes, we were talking about regulating and how they regulate it and how they've kicked a lot of the companies out of the state, and they've made it hard for us. And so you just, like I said, you just got to really, really watch who you use, because we've used, certain companies. There's one especially, I won't say their name, but Electroplating over on Lancashire in Sun Valley has lost a lot of our stuff, and we had to pay very dearly for that, because we can't, morally, I can't charge the customer for something that's our fault. Well, actually, it wasn't our fault, but they lost it, so we had to cover it. It was on Bill Breed's 41 Merc. So trying to find parts for that was not easy. So
Yeah, you want to be very prepared when you're giving these people parts, and you definitely want to ask a lot of questions and make sure you're getting the quality work that you're after.
And you gotta, you gotta label everything. You gotta specify if you want show chrome, if you want just regular chrome, if you don't want to pay, you want the inexpensive stuff, because they'll give you something and go, oh, I didn't know you wanted the show chrome. Mm-hmm. Anyways, we're gonna take another break. We will be right back after these words. If you got any questions, go to what is it, Mitchell?
bshotrods.com, or email us at
You forgot this time.
bs.com.
We'll be right back.